sort of like a heads up. If you have any doubts anywhere, okay, if I'm teaching you something and maybe you have a doubt somewhere, you can ask me whatever is your doubt. Okay, don't feel shy, don't feel hesitant. Even if your doubt is very silly, you can ask me. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
all right. So, see, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. See, flowering plants are those plants that develop a flower. Okay, they create a flower. You might have seen so many flowers in the world, right?
Yeah.
They're like roses, hibiscus, so many flowers are there. So, flowering plants are those plants that have flowers in them. You can call them as flowering plants, or you can also call them as angiosperms. Okay, angiosperms. This is their, you can say the name that they have. They are called as angiosperms. Clear?
Yes.
All right. Now, just give me 1 second. Just 1 second. All right. Okay. Now coming back to the topic. See, don't take down the notes right now. I'll give you time to take down the notes.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So when we talk about the flowering plants, so these are the plants that make flowers, and you can also call them as angiosperms. Now this chapter is all about sexual reproduction. So do you know how many kinds of reproductions are there in general?
5.
Hmm? How many?
Uh,
See, if even if you don't know the answer, you can say that, ma'am, I don't know. It's all right.
okay.
See, the types of reproduction, there are three kinds.
Mm.
Okay. The
Yeah.
first one is vegetative reproduction. Vegetative,
That's
yeah, vegetative reproduction. The second one is asexual reproduction.
yeah.
Okay, asexual reproduction. And then the third one is sexual
That's
reproduction.
wrong.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all in all, there are three kinds of reproduction: vegetative, asexual, and sexual. Now, when we talk about vegetative reproduction, so this is the kind of reproduction wherein certain body parts are used to create a new organism. Okay, no sexual organs, no sexual cells are used in that. Okay, body parts are used.
Mm.
Now, I'll write body parts just so that you can know. Now, after that, there comes the asexual reproduction. Now, asexual reproduction is that kind of a reproduction in which only one parent is involved. It is uniparental. Uni means one, parental means referring to a parent. So it is uniparental. Okay.
Yeah.
Meaning only one parent is involved and no gametes are involved. No gametes at all. Clear? So this one is uniparental. You understand the meaning of uniparental?
Yeah. It means the one or more. It's
Uni means one.
one. Yeah. You only
Yeah,
means
parental
one.
refers to the parent. So in
Yeah.
this kind of reproduction, only one parent is involved.
Yeah.
Now, sexual reproduction, both parents are in. Okay, both parents are involved, meaning the male plus the female. Clear?
Yes.
And it involves gametes. Clear? All right. Okay. Maimoona Ali, are you there in the class?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good evening. Please switch on your video.
Okay.
Okay. Is this much clear?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now after that, so this is the basics. Okay. So now the chapter name is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So what do you think? Which kind of reproduction here is involved?
Uh, Sexual and sexual.
Mhm. That's correct. Sexual. So what happens in sexual reproduction?
In sexual, both female and male come to fight.
Yes, both male and female gametes are there and two
Giants.
parents are involved.
Two
Clear?
parents, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Now, in this particular chapter, we are going to discuss the morphology, we're going to discuss the structure, and we are going to discuss the processes that are involved in the sexual reproduction of flowering plants. Now, do you know what is the meaning of morphology?
No man.
See, morphology is the external appearance. It is the external appearance. For example, if you would describe me, you would say that, okay, ma'am is wearing this, right? So it is my morphology. It is something that you can observe. Now, if I ask you to tell me how many DNA I have, will you be able to tell that?
No. No.
No. Why?
You are morphology.
No, no. Why can't you tell me that how many DNAs that I have? Think. Why can't you tell me? Like you can tell me that I have 5 fingers. You can tell me that I'm holding a pen and all of that, right? But if I ask you to tell me how many numbers of DNA do I have, or what does my cell looks like, why can't you tell me that?
Because it's an internal process.
Yes, because it is not present externally, right? It is not externally observable, right? That is why you can't tell me that. So this chapter revolves around the morphology, meaning the external appearance of the plant, the structure, whatever is the structure that is involved in the reproduction, and the different processes. There are so many processes that take place. So there are different processes that are involved. So we are going to study all of that. Clear?
Yes.
Yes. Also, Maimoona, one more thing, like the focus mode is on, so don't be worried about the fact that your video will be seen by anyone else.
Oh,
I can see the video. Okay.
okay, okay. Yeah, I'll on it.
So now talking about the sexual reproduction in the plant. So it has been divided into 3 stages. The first one is pre-fertilization. Before, pre means before. So fertilize, like the all the events that take place before the fertilization, that is what we call as pre-fertilization events. Now, second is the fertilization events, meaning all those events that take place during fertilization. And the third one is the post-fertilization event, wherein all those processes that take place after the fertilization has been done. So fertilization event, and post-fertilization event. These are the 3 major stages. You can imagine it like a bigger sections that we are going to study this chapter in. Okay. Now, do you know what is the meaning of fertilization? Meaning of fertilization? Yes, tell me, what is the meaning of fertilization? Anyone? If you don't know, you can say, Mama, I don't. That is also an option. Okay. See, fertilization. Now, you people know that one is the male gamete and one is the female gamete, right? You know this?
Yes.
So, when the male gamete fuses with the female gamete and forms a zygote, that is what we call as fertilization. So, male gamete plus female gamete. So, whenever a male gamete fuses with a female gamete, it forms a zygote. And this process wherein a male gamete and the female gamete is fusing, we call it as the fertilization. Fertilization. So if I say pre-fertilization events, then what do I mean? I mean that all the events that are taking place before this fusion, right? Then if I say fertilization events, then I mean that all the events are taking place during the fertilization, meaning during the fusion. And when I say post-fertilization, then that means all the events that take place after the fusion has been done. The three stages are clear to you all?
Can you repeat it again, ma'am?
Sure. See, I am saying that the whole entire sexual reproduction of the plants, it has been divided into three stages: pre-fertilization event, fertilization event, and post-fertilization event. Now, when we talk about pre-fertilization event, so it means that all of the events that are taking place before the fusion of the male and the female gametes. Everything that is taking place before the male and female gamete have fused. Clear? This first stage is clear?
Yes.
All right. Now, the second one is the fertilization event, wherein we can say that all the processes that are taking place during the fertilization, like during the fusion. So, that is what we will call as fertilization event. Then comes post-fertilization event. So, this is the event that will be taking place after the fusion. Pre means before, post means after. Clear? All right. Now we'll be discussing about what happens during the pre-fertilization stage. Like what are the preparatory stuff, what are the structures that are formed, all of these things we are going to discuss in the pre-fertilization stage. So the first thing that happens during the pre-fertilization stage, now you people tell me what happens in fertilization? What happens during fertilization? What is fertilization? Tell me.
Fusion of male and female gametes.
Fusion of male and female gametes. And Mohammed, you tell me, what does it form?
It's from
See, male and female gamete, they fuse, and what do they form?
uh,
Zygote.
zygote. Yeah.
Yeah, it forms a zygote. So, if I say that during fertilization, the male and the female gamete have to fuse, but before that, the male and the female gamete have to be formed. If they will not be there, what will fuse? Isn't it? So, the first step that takes place during the pre-fertilization stage is the gametogenesis. Gameto refers to the gamete. Genesis means formation. So the formation of gametes is called as gametogenesis. This is the first step that will take place during the pre-fertilization event. After the gamete has been made, then how will the male and the female gamete meet? They have to be transferred, isn't it? So the second step that will be taking place during the pre-fertilization stage will be gamete transfer. Clear? So the first one is gametogenesis. The second one is gamete transfer. Now, after this pre-fertilization stage has been done, then what will happen? The fertilization stage will be done, where now the gametes have been formed, now the gametes have been transferred, now they will fuse. So during the fertilization stage, the gametes fuse and forms a zygote. Ultimately, a zygote is formed. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then comes, after the fertilization has been done, then embryogenesis will take place. Embryogenesis means the formation of embryo. Genesis, the word genesis means formation, creation. So embryogenesis means the creation or formation of an embryo. And this will take place by cell division and cell differentiation. So this is all in all everything that you have to study, but this is, I've given you a very superficial chart here. Then we'll discuss everything in detail. Now tell me, students, if you have any doubts up until now, anything that you want to ask me?
No, ma'am.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now who can explain the first stage of sexual reproduction, that is pre-fertilization stage?
The first stage is gametogenesis. It is the formation of gametes, and then the fertilization stage comes.
See, during the pre-fertilization stage, the gametes are formed and then the gametes are transferred. Okay,
Yes.
first the gametogenesis takes place, which is the formation of gametes, and then the gamete transfer takes place, which is the transfer of gametes. After that, fertilization stage comes. Now, Mohammed, you tell me, how do you pronounce your name? It's Mohammed Adil.
Muhammad Adil, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, how do you please explain fertilization stage to me?
Fertilization.
Yeah, for the second stage, fertilization stage. See, it's right on the screen. You can read it and explain.
The formation of zygote.
Yeah, formation of zygote takes place during fertilization stage, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how does the zygote is formed? Like, how is the zygote formed?
By the fusion of gamete.
Yeah, whenever the gametes fuse, the zygote is formed. Then comes the post-fertilization stage. As I told you, embryogenesis will take place. Okay, this much is clear to you, all right?
Yes.
Okay. Now see, this is a structure of a flower. Okay, we are going to see the structures that are present in a flower. So the flower has major units that are present in it, big units. Okay, there are 4 units or parts or whorls of a flower. The first unit is androecium. So we are saying male and female. So the male unit of the flower is called as androecium. The female unit of a flower is known as gynoecium. Then there is calyx and corolla. So there are like the androecium and the gynoecium, they are the reproductive units, and the calyx and corolla, they are the accessory units. So there are 2 units that are there in the flower. Clear? Okay, students, tell me one thing. Where do you people live?
I'm in Saudi Arabia.
Saudi
Well,
Arabia. And you, Maimoona?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Okay. So you people have CBSE board, right?
Yes.
Okay. And Maimoona, do you belong to India?
Yeah, I belong to India.
Okay. And where do you belong to, Mohammed?
Sudan, but I lived here. I was born in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. All right. Because I started the chapter without taking sort of like an introduction from you all. So that is why now in the middle, I'm taking your introduction. Okay. Now you people can note it down. But first you note down this thing, that there are 3 types of reproduction. So that you should know the backstory. Okay. Now, while you're noting down, you can switch off your videos. Write down comfortably. Done, students? Shall I scroll? Done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Done, students? Students, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Are you done?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now come back on. Now tell me if you people have any doubts up until now.
No, ma'am.
All of the things that I've taught are clear to you?
Yes, yes.
All right. Now see, students, if you have any doubts anywhere, be like free to ask me any kind of question that comes to your mind. Also, since this was your trial class, so we are going to keep it very simple and light.